Welcome to Communication Error, the podcast where we may not always agree with each other, but if we listen to what one another has to say, maybe we'll be able to fix our communication error. I'm one of your hosts, Cheesy.
And I'm John Ebo, and that was definitely the one and only take that we had for that. And
Yeah,
Cheesy
we
nailed it.
didn't.
He nailed
We,
it.
the first try. So, Johnny, what is this podcast? What are we doing?
So this is Communication Error. So if you don't know who we are. I'm John Ebo, and this is Cheesy C64. We are on the Nintendo Powercast, where we talk about anything and everything Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we met, right? We met through.
Yeah, well, I think we met through TikTok.
Okay, yeah. So we met through TikTok first, and then I was on the Powercast first, and then Cheesy came in a little bit later, and
made the show better.
Yeah,
because they were like, we're tired of John Ebo. Can somebody please come in and help us out?
But on that show, if you haven't listened to it, you should. Nintendo Powercast, if you like Nintendo or just like hearing us banter. So we kind of became rivals, I would say.
Yeah, unexpectedly.
Yeah, so we kind of clash heads or butt heads on that show. And I think a lot of people either enjoy it or hate it. I honestly, sometimes I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think people like it because that's the whole reason that we are making this podcast is a lot of people have told us that we need to have a podcast or that we need to have a boxing match. That might
now it's a Royal Rumble, sometime. Which I don't know the difference between Royal Rumble and boxing, but
yeah, it's just fighting either way, you know. Someone's getting hurt.
Exactly. But yeah, people, they have asked for this, and so it gave us the idea of making our own podcast that really is, I think we're calling it a gaming debate podcast.
Yeah.
So each week we'll have a topic. It doesn't necessarily have to be Nintendo. It might not even be gaming related sometimes if we think of things that might be interesting to talk about. But we'll choose a topic and we'll go back and forth on it, hear each other's opinions, and hopefully not hate each other at the end of the day.
Right, which is kind of like the main reason for this podcast is, even though Johnny and I do, I guess, debate on certain topics and maybe disagree with each other, I like to think that we're good acquaintances. I was going to say friends, but that doesn't feel right.
We're colleagues.
Colleagues, there you go. That, you know, when you're on the internet, everybody is voicing their opinion and they are always right? Like they're never wrong.
Yeah, you're always right. I mean,
yeah, and so right. Well, debatable. But you know, hopefully, even if you have a different opinion, you should be able to voice your opinion, but you should be able to also listen to what someone else has to say. And hopefully that can fix your communication error.
Yeah.
Just in everyday life.
And I would like to take credit for that clever analogy or whatever you want to call it, but Cheesy did come up with that. So he'll get 1
Thanks,
point.
Man. But that was big of you.
I'll get 1 point.
That was big of you. One thing that I'm really excited about this podcast is I know for myself in general, I am not the best at communicating. I think I have a little bit of like a speech problem, and I'm kind of hoping that this podcast will allow me to get better at speaking and debating and just speaking up in general, because most of the time I don't really like confrontation. I don't know. Is that how you are, Johnny?
I mean, in real life, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say
on the internet, like I'm a keyboard warrior, and you know, even on the podcast, I don't really. I try not to hold back. You know, everybody likes the contrarian on the podcast, so
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But yeah, so, no, I'm excited. Just because, you know, we've known each other for what, over a year now, a little over a year.
2 years?
Probably 2 years? Is it 2? Wow.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's been too long.
At least we're not like just like I didn't randomly like message you like today and be like, yo, do you want to fight on a podcast?
Yeah. And I don't know what I would have said to that. Like, I probably would have been like, this guy? All right, fine. Yeah, I will. But otherwise, like it takes me a while to get to know someone and to even have this kind of back and forth. So I'm excited to see where this goes. Like our first episode is going to be physical versus digital copies. And I think people have very heated opinions on this. And
It's a
Johnny
big
and
one.
I, we stand different. We won't say on what side. Maybe you already know just from knowing us. But if you're a new listener, you'll find out during the first episode.
Yeah, so we chose physical versus digital because I couldn't think of anything else. But not
Wait a
yet, not
second.
yet,
We only have one idea,
not yet.
and
Yeah, yeah.
that's the
We need help. So no, we would appreciate if people would comment on uh, ideas that you would like us to talk about. Maybe we'll decide to do them. Keep it, you know, PG, or I don't even know what the keep it appropriate.
there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, we would love to hear what people want us to talk about, and then also we want to get you involved in the process. So what we're thinking about doing is we'll have a main episode where me and Cheesy go back and forth, but then we'll take comments that we received on that episode, and we'll do a viewer. What were we gonna call it?
We're calling it community patch notes. So
Community
you'll be
patch
able
notes.
to comment and voice your opinion on the topic from the week before, and put it in our socials wherever we find it. And we may talk about what you said on the next episode in the community patch notes episode.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to hear what people from the community say, because I know my thoughts, and I have an idea what Cheesy's thoughts are, but just knowing other people and hearing their opinions and trying to get just a whole other perspective on whatever we're talking about. It's always
Mm.
interesting. I think it'll get people talking to each other more, and hopefully lively debate. Try to keep it clean and not actual fighting with each other. But
Yeah, keeping it civil. And the thing that's really exciting about it is obviously Johnny and I will be talking to one another. Those are the voices that you will be hearing, but enable for us to bring in the community. We'll bring up those comments and what people have been saying in the chat, and it might actually change our opinions on the show as we were, maybe we on the last week episode we were certain on the position that we stand, but with the community episode, maybe that will change.
yeah, yeah, and I like this idea. Like I know we were trying to plan this out, and I think it's gonna be fun for us to go back and forth. But the idea of bringing the community in, I think that's gonna make it something special, something different and unique.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
we
anyway, that's the idea that we have, and we're looking for help as well. This is very new to us. We could use awesome background, some background art, some intro music. If that's something that you're interested in, show us what you got, and it might be on the show.
Yeah, we I am not well versed in music. I don't know
I'm not
how.
well versed in like anything, so
I made this lovely format
yeah,
that you're all
yeah, it looks
seeing.
great.
So I'll have
Yeah.
to, I'll tweak it if we get some channel art, which I'm hoping by the time I post this, I have at least something. I don't want to just have a blank profile picture, and I don't know. I'm hoping we have something by the time this goes live.
hmm
But yeah, anything fan art of me, I always appreciate.
Well, I mean,
You
we don't need.
gotta capture all the muscles that I have. So
Yeah, I mean, it could help.
yeah, so yeah, if you are, I know, graphic designer, if you know how to make, I don't know, thumbnails, and because this will be a video podcast as well as an audio podcast. We'll be on all of the podcast platforms. of your choice. Spotify, I think, will have video. I don't know.
I think
Based on,
so. Yeah.
based on what the Nintendo Powercast does, there will be video.
Hmm.
But we'll be on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave us
Give us a
reviews.
5-star reviews. Maybe we'll read your review on the show.
Yeah, if you review us, give a 5-star. Tell us what you're more likely to get chosen if you give us a 5-star review and an idea in the
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
Or we'll at least read the comment.
But we won't. Wait, are you saying that we'll just read the comment, but we
We'll
won't
see.
we won't read it on the show? We'll just silently read it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
ourselves.
we'll just we'll take a few seconds out of each show to just read the review,
The
but not out
review.
loud. Not out loud.
Yeah, it'll just be like we'll be reading it and go, huh. Oh, yeah, no, they make a good point. Yeah. Well, thank you for that review.
Yeah. No, reviews will be huge. Comments on the YouTube channel will help us, get seen by more people and maybe have more opinions heard.
Yeah. I guess maybe we should give them a little bit of a taste. And it's not gaming related, but just the first thing that kind of came to mind.
Oh, jeez.
When you are making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you put the peanut butter and jelly on separate pieces of bread, or do you put it on the same bread?
Separate.
Okay. All right. You know, I'm separate too, but I'm glad that you said that because my dad, we had this debate one time. We were actually at Disneyland when we were having this debate, and he's like, "No, you put it on the same bread." And that to me just
Wait,
sounded
so all right,
like
so do you have peanut butter and jelly on one slice and then the other slice nothing?
No. So like for me, I like to spread the peanut butter on one piece of bread and then
Yeah,
jelly on the other piece of bread
that's
and
what
then
yes,
combine
that's the
them.
correct way of doing it.
Yeah, well, according to my dad, he does it just peanut butter and jelly on both pieces of bread.
Oh, okay. So does he now do you put more peanut butter and jelly? Like say he has peanut butter and jelly on both slices, right?
Right.
Would you say that you put more peanut butter or like is it the same amount of peanut butter and jelly?
I don't know, because to me it's just wrong in general. Like you're supposed to bring them together, not to. Because then also, like, aren't you mixing the peanut butter knife into the jelly jar and
All right,
then like
here's what you should do.
okay,
So you have the peanut butter, you spread the peanut butter,
right?
and then get a squirt jelly. They have
Yeah, but
squirt
sure. I mean, they
and then
have
spread
those,
that.
but I guess so. But people don't have the luxury of just getting the squirt jelly, Johnny. It's expensive. I don't know. Stuff like that.
So what do you drink with your peanut butter and jelly?
Okay, this is actually kind of a weird thing. Is like if most of the time if I'm eating something, I rarely like have anything to drink.
See, you say it's weird, but I think I'm the weird one because I know people that do that. They just eat like I don't understand how people could eat anything and not drink until like they're done eating.
No, I know, but like I'm not really like a big soda drinker. I guess every once in a while I'll have like an adult beverage, but it's not even that often. Like so water is kind of my main drink, and like water's boring, you know? I only drink it because I have to.
What about
But
milk?
like
Because that's what I drink with peanut butter and jelly. When I have peanut butter and
mm,
jelly, I drink milk.
I rarely drink milk these days. If I do, it's like oat milk.
Oh man, we okay. Now we gotta have to set up another podcast that is non-gaming related stuff.
And food related.
We got food related because we could have regular correct milk versus
Alternative.
non cow milk.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
All food is weird. Everything is weird. That's kind of the point.
No, I will say that it as somebody that lives with a partner that has particular food specific things, it's
Mhm.
not cool to judge people on their food, like how they eat their food or what food they like. Just because that like they can't. It's just not cool to judge them on that. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Yeah, of course. But like it is weird that what is this podcast? I feel like we're just gonna start talking about food because I was like, yeah, but you know what? Like your taste buds change over time. But in a way, it's kind of like metaphorical for our show because like you may have like an open mind that changes you from the way that you used to think. Like I know for me, I used to get like bullied all the time. Maybe bullied isn't the right word, but like picked on for liking Nintendo, like back when I was in school. And because it wasn't cool, you had
Yeah,
like Halo and first person shooters and like I just I didn't I don't understand why people were like that. But now people are probably more open to Nintendo than they were back when like, GameCube, Wii era.
I think in general people are more open to gaming.
Just gaming, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
gaming in general. Back. This is gonna sound like back in my day, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean back when I was.
He is older, by the way.
Yeah, I
So,
am older, but yeah, back when I was in high school, people would they would judge you for playing games,
mhm.
and so especially Nintendo. Like Nintendo is little baby games, and you can even see that now in some comment sections.
Oh yeah.
I get called various names for playing Nintendo, but
Mhm.
I think it's more accepting now. I actually, you know, I work with people that play games, but they're not. I have to tone it down if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Like
like
what, like you don't want to nerd out in front of them or what?
exactly. Like, oh yeah, I play Mario Kart. Yeah, how about those bananas? But nothing like no. Oh, what? Well, I don't really know how to make the optimum cart like
Right.
setup, but I know
Yeah.
more than I would say the average
Uh-huh.
person, average Joe, when it comes to Mario Kart. So yeah, you kind of have to like dumb it down, which I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like I need to do that. Like, why not just?
I think it's like the fear of like correcting your peers, right? Being like, well, actually, this is because I know that like when I play Mario Kart with people that aren't really in like the gaming sphere, anytime they get the bullet bill item, they call it the rocket. They
That's
don't
not
because
allowed. That's not
they
allowed.
don't know the name of it. They don't know that that's an actual like Mario character.
Yeah, I mean, my partner is not very video game savvy, and we went to the Mario movie, and she definitely did not enjoy it as much as I did for a lot of the references that they made.
Hmm.
So but I don't know. I hope there comes a time where I don't feel awkward talking about uh, how much of a nerd I actually am, because people do it all the time with sports and
Yeah,
like I don't know, investing money and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
there's no shame being a sports fan, super fan. There's no
right.
shame in a lot of things where you just feel like drinking is a big one, adult beverages.
Hmm.
But video games, there's still that stigma that it's just not cool to talk
Yeah, I
about.
don't know. Like you look at the backgrounds that we have right now and you might think, "Oh, that's childish." But like it's whatever makes people happy, whatever gets them through their day, whatever brings enjoyment to their life. Like why are we judging those that are just trying to live to the
Yeah,
fullest? Like we already live crazy lives and have to work a lot and everything is so expensive. So if we just have like that one thing that just allows escapism for a little while, why is that so bad?
yeah, I know. I completely agree.
Whoa.
I know, right? That might be the only time you hear that on this show. We got a little sidetracked, but that's what could happen, though. I mean, I think we could have these conversations that could go off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, I
That's
think that's kind of fun. Like, it doesn't have to necessarily stay on the same track. I think eventually we'll find our way back, but uh it's always interesting to hear like other people's lives and what they have going on.
yeah. So leave a comment below what your favorite thing in life is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't sure if you were still recording, but it
I
sounds
am
like we
still
are.
recording. I am still recording.
Cool.
Do we wrap it up now, or I mean, it's been like 21 minutes. I feel like that's a pretty good intro. This is episode 0. I'm not calling it. It's not episode 1. It's not official yet.
Yeah, this is just a preview, so don't
It's
get
a
all
preview.
excited. Yeah. Well, get excited about the show, but don't get excited about the number itself because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So this will go live. When did we decide?
Thursday? Friday?
Thursday.
Something?
So this is live right now because we are not actually live like we are on the Powercast.
Right.
So it's live right now. It's Thursday, April 27th. Right? That's the right date. Our
I believe
first
so.
the first official podcast will go live May 2nd. I almost said first.
Yeah, it is the 24th today. So
today's the 24th. We're recording the 24th, but we'll post it on the 27th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I misunderstood.
Yeah, so this episode 0 is live April 27th, Thursday. Episode 1 will go live Tuesday, May 2nd.
There we go. Yeah, we probably should have said that at like the very beginning of this, is that the first episode will be posted.
We'll leave it in the comments
on May 2nd. Yeah.
We'll leave it in the comments, and we'll tweet it and stuff. Yeah, so there's gonna be. Well, you should follow our socials personally. So Cheesy C. Well, John Ebo, JOH and IIBO everywhere, and then Cheesy. You could spell it
as you were just about to do it for me. I am found on the internet basically everywhere. Cheesy C64, CHEEZYC 64.
And we will have socials for Communication Air. We'll have YouTube. We'll have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and then on all the podcast platforms. Yeah. So this is going to be, it's a legit thing. It's not like we're phoning it in. It's going to be legit.
Yeah. Yeah, we're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready to do the first episode now.
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Hope you're excited. And we will see you on May 2nd.
Peace out.